Hello, folks. Right, okay. As part of the agreement to basically twist Alison's arm into doing this this video, we'd like her. She's going to introduce a new slot, a new thing. Alison, over to you. You can try and explain what we're supposed to be doing now and what my involvement has to be.
So I love tier lists. I do them all the time for like crisps, chocolate, whatever, everything. So I just thought if I had to make something else for the video, I wanted to do a tier list. So I decided on a Space Blob namesake tier list. So basically we've got about like 20-30 cards in the game of space blobs which are named after something they vaguely look like. Some of them just don't look like them. So this is just a little tier list on how much each space blob looks like, what it's named after.
Well, this sounds a lot of fun. But before we proceed, what's number one of your crisp tier list? Chips for our US friends.
Okay.
You're going to go through the whole list. I just have number one.
No, it's just that my favorite skips, and I know that people don't like skips.
I like skips. I
love skips.
I'm still a big fan of salt and vinegar discos if you can find them.
I love. Oh, you can get them at Poundland.
Can you?
Yeah, you can.
I might venture up that part of town then to get myself some of those. Excellent. Right. Okay. Far away, Alison. Number one.
Okay. Number one, we've got the Horsehead Nebula.
Right.
Which I don't know. I sent you the cards earlier. I don't know if you can see them
I
right
can
now.
see these. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in my opinion, this one is A or a B tier because you can see how it looks like a witch, but it's just I'm not that enamored with it. Do you know what I mean?
I quite like this one. I can see the witch. I can see it being very sort of Wizard of Ozzy. I get it with this one. I think some of the later ones probably won't. If I scroll through the list, just looking at the other ones you've got going on there. Yep. No, I think I'm going to disagree with these, but carry on.
I'm happy for that one to be an A
B
tier.
or C, did you say?
I'll put it in B.
Okay, fair.
You've got S tier as well, of course. Okay. Now we've got Helix Nebula.
Yep.
Helix, I don't like that name whatsoever. However, its nickname is the Eye of God, which I think is an S tier name because it does look like an eye.
It really does look totally like an eye. This one is brilliant.
Yes.
Eye of Sauron. It's very Lord of the Ringsy.
That would be an easy S tier if it was called Eye of Sauron, I think.
Yeah.
But
excellent. So you're putting this what tier?
I'll put it in. I'll put it in an S, but only if it's Eye of God. If it's Helix Nebula, not an S tier whatsoever. But
no.
Eye of God, I'm happy to be S tier.
I think it's hard to imagine something like a nebula or something looking more like something than this one. I think that this is Premier League stuff. This one.
I agree. And then here we've got the Crab Nebula, which I think it's impossible to look less like a crab. I think this one is terrible.
You know what I think's happened here, Alison, is someone has just eaten crab meat and therefore called it crab because it's got that sort of texture to it, like you've just cracked open the shell. I
have not eaten crab, so maybe it's not an F tier, but it does not look like
I think it's complete fail because I think even if it's crab meat, they should have the guts to call it the Crab Meat Nebula or something like that.
Or just call it what it is. It's a space blob. Call it the Space Blob Nebula if you have to. Don't make something up.
Has that not been taken yet?
I don't believe so. If it has, we'll have to get it in the game.
Excellent. Right, moving on to the next one.
So next one, another one that annoys me is the Sombrero Galaxy.
I know exactly why this one's going to annoy you. Go for it.
Because I see how it looks like a sombrero, but as I mentioned earlier, the rim is too large. And if you were actually wearing this as a sombrero, the rim would weigh you down. It would physically not be wearable as a sombrero because your head wouldn't fit in the middle bit. It wouldn't fit.
But there's no real middle bit. And I like the way you're discussing the harsh realities of space physics in the terms of a sombrero that would be too heavy to wear.
It would be if it was scaled down. It would it's just a ring, isn't it? At the end of the day, I don't like it. I don't like this one.
No,
but I'll give it an E tier.
Okay,
because it's not an F tier. But
it's a bit like if you buy a hat and it didn't actually have the bit that fit over your head, you wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe it looks different for someone else, but I don't like it.
Yeah, no, don't like it.
And next, this is the worst one, Elephant Trunk Nebula, which looks literally nothing like an elephant's trunk, and I cannot work out how it physically is supposed to be an elephant's trunk.
That's a disgrace. I feel like we should be doxing the people that named these.
I feel like this should be negative. This doesn't make. If it was Dragon's Nebula, that's what I think it looks like. It doesn't look like an elephant's trunk.
Yeah,
never
I
will.
think like a phoenix coming out of the flames, maybe. But yeah, I get the dragon thing. But
Yeah,
even then, it would be fairly, just give it a name. Don't name it after.
no.
Okay.
That's an immediate F tier, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Jellyfish Nebula next, which is you can sort of see why they thought that, and I think if I was forced to name it, I might name it that, but it doesn't capture my imagination, I don't think.
No, and frankly, there's a lot of things that look like jellyfish. You could just as easily look at a cloud at the sky and just say, well, that looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly. We don't call them jellyfish clouds.
Low effort name.
So that's a D, I think.
Okay.
Another D tier. Okay, now we've got Eagle Nebula. I find difficult to rate because I see exactly why it looks like a bird, but it does look like a blue tip more than an eagle.
You're right. I can see it. It took me a while to actually see this one, but I can see it as like a potentially a songbird of some sort rather than an eagle. It's definitely not a raptor, is it? It's kind of a.
No, of course they called it. You know full well they called it an eagle because eagle sounds impressive.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it literally looks like a blue tip.
Eagles sell stars. Blue
Yeah.
it's that's it. That's someone really going just overzealous with the naming there, but acceptable just about.
Yeah, I put it in a B tier for now, but
yeah, I go with that. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Next we've got the Heart Nebula, which is it's a difficult one because it does obviously look like a heart. You see why they called it a heart, but I still am not very impressed by it. It doesn't really impress me.
No, I guess you can see the atriums or the ventricles there, but you can't see all of the chambers. Therefore, it's not going to more like a pair of lungs to me.
Well, I think it's just meant to be a lovely love heart instead of the nasty thing that you pull out your chest.
I pull out of my chest. When I get really cross with myself, I rip my heart out of my chest. Okay, well, yeah, it's not bad. I certainly get it. It's certainly you think heart when you do see it, at least momentarily, I think.
Yeah, that's true. I'll put in a B tier for that reason. I was actually putting a C tier, but you just saved it there.
Okay.
Okay. This one's terrible. Dumbbell Nebula, which looks nothing like anything.
And this is dumbbell after the weights, presumably.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Don't get
Easy
it.
F tier. F tier.
Of course, what we might be doing here, Alison, of course, is judging your ability to pick the pictures of these things.
Yeah, that's.
You could be really bad at you're just choosing the worst angles. You should have gone around the other side of the Elephant Nebula to get that photograph, or something like that.
Well, maybe I'll consider that for my next tier list, traveling the universe, but I just didn't have time for this one.
Okay, fine, whatever. Yep. What else?
Okay, next we've got the Rosette Nebula, which I think is a D tier. It's just, yeah, I get why it's called a rosette, but yeah,
it's shonky. Rubbish
yeah. And next one is the Nuclear Pasta, which I think we both saw that.
This is perfection. I saw pasta the second I saw this one, thought of this one, and saw it. It's amazing. My only thing is it doesn't mention the little sort of basil type garnish stars at the top. Yeah,
that's true. And they don't actually say what type of I put in A tier then, so they don't actually say what type of pasta it is. I think it's a bolognese. But
I don't think that's a type of pasta, Alison. That's a type of sort of ragu. You know, the pasta, you're looking at a fusilli or something like that, or a linguine.
That's true. Well,
I think it's probably either a spaghetti or a linguine there.
Yeah, pasta. Yeah, perhaps pasta is a bit. Oh, actually, maybe I'll put it down to B tier then, because pasta is a bit vague, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I'll put that in B tier for now. I'm on B tier.
B tier. Excellent.
Okay. Next we have the Hand of God Nebula, which I think is a S tier because it obviously is a hand.
Yeah.
The only problem, I need to put an A tier earlier because it does look like it's got 3 fingers instead of 4 fingers, But then I realized that you don't really know how many fingers God has. So it could actually be very accurate to the hand of God.
That's true, but maybe you're coming at this wrong. They could be talking about Diego Maradona here, the popular footballer, because did he?
That's true.
We need to check into that. He may have. Maybe he may have 3 fingers. Certainly, I'm guessing his fingers were slightly chubby, so maybe you just can't distinguish between them.
Well, so it's between an S and an A then, depending on
or the
whether
camera.
it's over.
It could have been. We need to look this up.
Well, I think I'm going to give it an S tier because I do like that one. I need to put an A tier because I don't have an A tier, but I like it.
Yeah, it's a magnificent one. That cracking image. Yeah.
The next one is we both have different opinions on what this should be. I think it's called the Horsehead Nebula, which I think is very pretty. I think it's a very beautiful one, and I think it's very intricate. The horse, it's very interesting. It's like, in my opinion, the best looking one. But I think it should be called Knight's Chess Piece Nebula because it looks like a knight's chess piece, not actually a horse.
Oh, okay.
But
I think seahorsey. That's
you think it's the seahorse,
which does thinking about a seahorse looks very much like a knight from chess, doesn't it?
Exactly. So if they'd done one of the two, fine, S tier. But I think as it is, A tier.
Yeah. Okay.
Personally.
Yeah. No, that's lovely, beautiful.
Pinwheel Galaxy. We both feel nothing towards this one. I think.
That wasn't the last one. We're carrying on here. Okay.
it's just the Pinwheel Galaxy. I was trying to say Pinwheel Galaxy is the last one, but
that could be so many other things.
Could be a windmill. Could be a Catherine wheel.
Yeah.
Could be a
little plug hole sort of draining into the center, maybe.
Yeah, it could. It could be like one of those Danish pastries.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Wouldn't
Danish
it?
Pastry Nebula. I'd go for that.
Better than a pinwheel Galaxy.
Yeah, I don't get that. I'm not entirely sure what a pinwheel is, but we could probably look that up afterwards as well.
Probably just anything that spins.
That's my note to depart this conversation.
Okay, I'll do the outro once you're gone if you want.
Brilliant.
So if you liked our tier list, or if you think that you have any improvements, please let us know. And if you have any other ideas for tier lists or just other things we could do for videos, we'd love to hear from you about those as well. And thanks very much, guys. Keep it cute as always.